And I'll tell you, get corporations out there trying to kiss you know who's, you know what. A lot of them. It's just been revealed which corporations in America are which way or another. Let's take a look, shall we? How do you like this? Okay, so now we've got, I'm going to look at it with you. You can see some of them have some red. A company called ICE has a lot of red. A company called Liberty has a lot of red. You've got a company, Microsoft, with a surprising amount of red. I'm shocked that Blackstone has that much red. 85% of the money that they're donating is going to the GOP, the Republican share, 85%. It tells you something. They don't want a communist. They don't want Kamala Harris with her commie notions taking over the joint. No. But some are perfectly fine. Funny enough, the entertainment company, Netflix, 100%. They don't have $1, not one penny going to any Republican. That's very interesting, don't you think? I mean, I find that sort of fascinating. Netflix. Now, you know, when was the last time I even watched a Netflix show? I mean, I don't watch it. I actually need to cancel my subscription. And this is exactly what a lot of people did. They canceled their Netflix subscriptions because they're like, not for us. No, thank you. No, thank you. And there's a big article in Bloomberg today about exactly this. So Reed Hastings, that's the CEO of Netflix, is seeing a whole bunch of cancellations after none other than all this information came out about their donations. So Netflix employees donating 100% of their dollars to all Democrats. And sure enough, people are firing back. Rate of cancellations almost tripled after Trump backers called for action against the streaming service. Now, look, I'll tell you this. I don't buy into cancel culture. I don't like cancel culture, but you know what? Sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is. And sometimes when a company is not really performing that well, you don't really want to actually be shelling out all that money every single month. Disney's a great example, right? They've lost a lot of subscriptions. Disney is challenged because they don't have a ton of entertainment coming our way. You just look at the movie flops. Great example. Well, Netflix is having a similar challenge. It's almost like they got Bud Lit. Is that like a verb now, to be Bud Lit? I mean, Netflix looks like it just went the way of Bud Light. And here's what's interesting. There may be substitutes. I mean, it's harder for Disney. We've talked about this because you can't necessarily as easily substitute one for the other like you could with Bud Light. With Bud Light, you could say, no thanks, I'm going to go have Coors Light instead. And that's a very, very easy trade to make, and you don't have to deal with the political headache. But this is theoretically different, right? If they had some great shows, people might actually watch them. But this is double whammy because, you know, much like Bud Light didn't have a good beer, right? Let's be honest. I mean, sorry for any of you who really like it. It's kind of a terrible beer. Not that I'm much of a beer drinker. I prefer champagne. Thank you very much. But not a great beer. Netflix, not a great product. Not a great product. And people are voting right here with their feet. Again, take a look at this headline crossing on Bloomberg. Netflix cancellations spiked after Reed Hastings donated to Kamala Harris. He gave her some $7 million, ladies and gentlemen. And clearly, if you want to work at Netflix, you got to be part of the crowd. They're all donating as well to only Democrats. So people are like, oh yeah, well, you know, we can play that game too. And consequently, they're pulling the cord, so to speak, or they're ending the subscription. And so Netflix is in a tighter spot than it should otherwise be. But it deserves it. I'll tell you, it does deserve it. Make sure to subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. You know, we have talked about companies like this on 76 Research. Let me just show you. I'm so proud of our income builder portfolio. You can see median stock total return up 15% versus S&P up 6%. This is for the last 3 months ending 8/29/24. But just a wonderful, wonderful portfolio there of companies. 10 to 15 stocks in each one of our model portfolios there at 76 Research. I encourage you to go over. Let me just put that up for you guys. 76research.com. Here it is. Go over there. Take a look. Take a look at this because I started this. This is my labor of love. I really wanted to be able to do something for all of you to kind of just help orient you in this crazy marketplace. And look, the reality is a lot of financial professionals are being paid sort of back end dollars, right? So you put somebody in this fund or that, blah, 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 and there's this sort of transaction fee that takes place. The advantage with what Rob and I are doing here is there's none of that. So you're getting research that, frankly, hedge funds would pay thousands and thousands of dollars for, and you're getting this at $9.95 a month, plus you can get a model portfolio for another 22 or so on top of it. We actually have a special. You can just type in code dollar, DOLLAR, code dollar to get the 76 report. Go to 76report.com for that. Or if you want the more portfolios, go to 76research.com. Again, we've seen just such an outpouring from all of you, which I so appreciate. The whole idea here is let's keep it really cheap so you get the best research, and we're super transparent. Our only incentive here is to make sure that you're seeing some success. So that is 76research.com. You can also follow us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, 76 Research. I'll tell you, Americans, they are tired. They're tired of sort of, being dictated to by these really lefty companies. And that's what you're seeing take effect there with Netflix. So we'll continue to watch that stock price. Rob and I have written about Disney, for example, and Disney's a tough story. I mean, Nelson Peltz did well with it, but they should have listened to Nelson Peltz, and they didn't. So Disney's continuing to kind of see its own set of challenges. I'm just looking at the commentary because I'm anticipating something from Don, our good friend Don Baca, who's always here in the chat, and he hates Disney as a trader, and he used to trade, so he really, really hates Disney.